and demanding lifestyles have led to a significant increase in the number of illnesses and diseases. When you or a loved one is diagnosed with a serious illness, medical bills can be a heavy burden. And when long-term recovery is required, your income may also be affected. Fortunately, you can be protected through AIA's critical care plans. AIA's A+ critical care provides you with coverage from the 39 most common critical illnesses, all the way up to 100 years old, depending on the plan you select. The sum assured for our plans automatically increases over the policy years, helping you cope with rising medical expenses. A+ Critical Care provides an anniversary bonus, which increases your sum assured by 1% annually from the 2nd to the 20th year of the policy. In addition, we also have another 2 critical care plans that come with enhanced benefits: A+ Early Critical Care and A+ Multi-Critical Care. A+ Early Critical Care is designed to financially support you in the early stages of a critical illness, because we understand that early treatment is critical to recovery. It also provides an additional sum assured worth 20% of the sum assured for diabetic-related diseases. A+ Multi-Critical Care allows you multiple critical illness claims throughout your life. This relieves the worry of losing protection after a critical illness claim. Critical illness is very real and can be very expensive. The right time to plan for the unexpected is when you are healthy. Protect your health, your income and your family with AIA's critical care plans. Brought to you by AIA. We also have Sharia solutions called A+ Critical Care I, A+ Early Critical Care I, and A+ Multi-Critical Care I from our sister company AIA Public Takaful Bahad.
Hello. Can everybody hear me? Yes. Hi. How's everybody? Have everybody taken their dinner already? Those who can hear me, can I get some comments, please? Those who can hear me? Yeah, can I get some comments on the comment section? Those, if you can hear me clearly, right? Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about who should buy CI, and it's a live sharing by me. My name is EDMUND CHAW. Okay, what happens here is last week, right? Last week, we actually spoke about the beginner's guide for critical illness. How do you plan for your own critical illness coverage? And after that session, actually, there's a lot of people who actually emailed us and asked us to do a little bit more sharing on critical illness, right? Which is CI. Right, so today I'm back in Kingdom Coffee Talk to actually talk to y'all a little bit more detail on what is CI used for, and actually who should buy, who should buy CI. Everybody should buy CI actually, right? But to which type of people CI coverage is actually very important, right? So I'm going to share this with y'all later on. Okay, so again, I would like to welcome everybody to Kingdom Coffee Talk. It happens every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. live here on our Kingdom Group MY Facebook page. 8:30, we will normally take about 1 hour or sometimes even 40 minutes, right? So it depends on if there's a lot of questions, if there's a lot of comments, then yes, then we will run a little bit more longer. If not, then we will end it by about an hour. So it's just a good timing for us after dinner, nothing to do. Grab a drink or get your coffee and sit down and let's listen to different topics that we share every single week, right? I think next week we have a very special session next week for all of us, because next week we will be also talking to a cancer survivor, right? Because this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So the whole month we are going to talk about CI. We are going to talk about how to plan for your CI. We will also we have also invited a cancer survivor for next week's session. Right, it's going to be a mixed language session, right? So please do lock your calendars down. Do invite your friends, those who would like to hear, from the mouth of a cancer survivor, what did she experience and how did she go through it, right? So I can see hi Frank, hi Lucas, hi Ijun, John, Jonathan Cow, Eugene. Wow, so many people watching here today. Please share our videos and please also hit the like button, right? Then we can continue to be encouraged to continue to do Coffee Talk every single Wednesday for you, right? It is October already. We have been doing Coffee Talk for the past almost 1.5 years, right? We have been doing Coffee Talk, bringing different topics and bringing different guests to actually share their experiences and their thoughts with everyone on Facebook. Hi, Auntie Kalpana, how are you? Right. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to move into today's topic. So today's topic is who should buy CI, right? I think a lot of us here, some of us have already our CI coverage. Some of us do not have, right? If you missed last week's session on beginner's guide of how to plan for your CI coverage, it is available on our Facebook page. You can go back to that video and you can actually watch it again, right? It was me and Matt, right? Me and Matt was talking about it. This week, we are going to go a little bit more in depth into basically which are the group of people that CI is most important for. Okay, so I'm going to go into the topic right now. Oh, sorry, you lost my face just now, right? Okay, so I'm going to go into the topic right now. Let me see. How do I share this thing here? Okay, so can you all see the screen? Understanding a CI plan. Okay, what is actually a CI plan? A CI plan is actually a policy that covers a list of CI. All different companies have this, right? All different companies have a list of CI. Currently, it's about 39, some is 45, right? And you must be diagnosed with one of the CI on the list, then you will be paid, right? And there are different plans in the market. There's early CI, there's intermediate CI, and also there's advanced stage CI, right? So what is the difference between these three things, right? Normal CI in the market, let's talk about policies that was bought or was available maybe 10, 15 years ago. All the CI policies only covers advanced stage CI, right? In layman term, you have to meet certain requirements. Like for example, you have to go for chemotherapy in order for you to make a claim. If you are just a normal cancer patient, then no, you are not eligible for the claim, right? You need to go for chemo. Or that is one easy way to understand, right? Or you can say that maybe it is stage 3 cancer and above, right? Then you will be able to make the claim, right? If you are not stage 3 and above, then you will not be able to make the claim. Unless you bought your CI recently, right? The newer policies actually covers early and intermediate, right? Please check with your life planners. If your life planners or your agents don't know about this, please do email us or speak to the person that brought you here today, right? That actually invited you to listen to the talk today. Then we will explain to you exactly what is early and intermediate, right? So there are three types of plan in the market: early, intermediate, advanced. Let's get that out of the way. It also pays out a lump sum of money to the insured, right? So if you buy a 200,000 CI plan, if anything were to happen to you, if you were to be diagnosed with a CI plan, you will straight away get 200,000. So it's as simple as that, right? So let's move on to the next one. The common misconceptions in the market, right, or the common misconceptions that people have is always, I already have a medical insurance. I think we touched a lot about this last week, right? I already have a medical insurance. I'm too young to buy critical illness insurance. And if I'm diagnosed, my chances of survival is very low, so I don't need CI coverage. So these are the common misconceptions. Why do we say that it's a misconception? Because your medical plan and your CI plan is a totally different thing, right? Your medical plan pays for your hospitalization bills, right? Whereas your CI actually pays you a lump sum if you are diagnosed, right? A lump sum of money, it can be 200, 300, 400,000, 500,000. It depends on how much you bought or what are your coverage like, right? And this money is for you. You can use it for different things, right? Some people use it for alternative treatment. Some people use it for recovery. Some people use it to enjoy their life, right? Since they are going to go already, right? So these are the common misconceptions, right? Too young to buy CI plan is also something that is actually not right, because when you are young, your premiums are actually much cheaper and you lock in at a very cheap premium rate, right? So it's better to get them early. It's better to buy them young, right? If I'm diagnosed, my chances of survival is very low, so no need. This is also something I want to touch on. Of course, without the money, then of course your chances of survival is definitely going to be low, close to zero. But if you have the money to seek treatment, if you have the money to get the best specialists in the world, then I think your chances of survival will be very, very much higher. All right. So Malaysians, we are all living in Malaysia, right? As a Malaysian, I would not be very happy to say this, right? But we are one of the fattest country in Asia, if not the fattest, right? We are the most obese country. So it also leads to the next thing, which is all your diabetes and high blood pressures and all that kind of things, right? So we are living in a country that is not very healthy. Weight wise, we are not very healthy, and the number of smokers is actually increasing on a year-to-year basis. So these are some of the statistics that is gotten from our statistics department, not from myself. All right. So what's next? Let's look at also the killers, the top 5 killers in Malaysia. Okay, if you look at the screen, you can see the top 5 killers is actually your heart disease, your lungs, pneumonia, and of course, accident is always there. Malaysian roads, Malaysian drivers, right? So you can see that the top 5 killers in Malaysia are all CI, mostly all CIs, right? And the most common ones will be your heart attacks, and cancer is also there as well, right? If you can see on the left side of your screen, okay, there is 115,000 cases from 2012 to 2016, and the highest is breast cancer, right? So if you can see from your screen, you will understand that we in Malaysia, our statistics is not looking very good, right? That's why we should actually prepare and plan for it. Okay, what we already know, the what and the why. Okay, so let's go straight to who should buy the CI plan. All right, I will show you this slide. Who should buy CI plan? Remember, the common misconception that people have, right, is I'm too young to buy, right? But actually, no, right? You should actually buy when you are young, right? Because your premiums are actually cheaper. So at age 25 to 40, that will be your most productive and critical years, right? That will be the years that you are you are able to work and get the most money, right? Because you are young, you are energetic, you are motivated, you have lots of ideas. So we should protect at that point, right? The critical years, right? And also, who are the main groups of people that actually should have CI, right? We talk about entrepreneurs, right? Entrepreneurs is one group of people that really needs their CI coverage. I would explain to you why later, right? The second group of people will be professionals, right? Professionals, if you can see the picture, is people like the surgeons, the pilots, all these are professional, the lawyers, the accountants, and all these kind of people, right? And also daily wage earners. And of course, if you don't fall into any of these 3 categories, it doesn't mean that you don't need CI, right? But if you fall into these 3 categories, then the urgency to get a CI plan will be much higher. Okay, so that is why I categorize them into these 3 categories. All right, so why? Let's look at why. Entrepreneurs, the key concerns of entrepreneurs will be their sales, correct? When you are an entrepreneur, when you are a businessman, your first key concern will be the sales of your business, right? And also the income that you are making, right? For you and also for your staff, okay? And also the structure of your company. And most entrepreneurs are very lean. They operate very lean. They are most of the time the main decision maker of the company. Or when you look at the hierarchy of an SME or an entrepreneur, the hierarchy is always they are on top, right? They are the ones that are making decisions. They are the ones that is bringing in the most sales. They are the one that is networking. They are the ones that are talking to people. So the main person for that company to survive is him or her, right? That is why CI is so important for them, right? Because without them, sales will be affected. Without them, the income of the company and also the people that is working for them is affected. And also the structure will collapse, right? Because they are always the decision makers of the company, right? The structure will definitely collapse. So why is CI important to them? Because CI gives you, again, I want to mention earlier on, I said lump sum payment that is paid out, right? And that money is to you. What you want to do with that money is totally up to you, right? You can structure it in a way that that money is used to be pumped into the company as a cash flow, right? To make sure the sales will still run, to make sure the income still is generated, or the structure is properly set in place, right? Because if, for example, I'm the CEO of a company, if I make the decisions, I do the networking, I bring in the sales, if anything happened to me, everything will be gone, right? The whole company will not be stable anymore. So what we can do is with that money, we can identify, with the payout that we have from the CI plan, we can identify a person that can take over my position, right? To steady the ship, right? So that is one, those are the main key concerns of an entrepreneur. That is why it is so important for them. Okay, for insurance agents out there who are watching, you can use this as your sales presentation as well. Okay, professionals, what are their key concerns? Specialized. They are very specialized in what they do, right? Nobody can do what they do, right? They are irreplaceable, right? And also they are successful. Successful because you don't see a very poor professional. Very seldom lah. Not to say that don't have lah, right? But very seldom. So these three are their main key concerns, right? They are so specialized that everything that they do needs them. No choice, right? You cannot ask somebody to to do an operation for you if you are the surgeon there, right? So I like to use this example, right? I like to use this example if you guys are Marvel fans, right? Marvel fans out there, right? Please comment, right? Say, yeah, I'm a Marvel fan, right? For all the Marvel fans out there, I believe you all have watched Doctor Strange, right? Doctor Strange is a very, very famous surgeon, right? The first episode, right? Not the first episode, the first movie of Doctor Strange, right? He's a very, very famous surgeon. But what happened to him? He met with an accident and he couldn't do surgery anymore because his hands were shaking, right? So this is the reason why. Of course, in the movie, it was an accident. But in this case, it is a CI, right? They are so specialized that if they lose the ability to perform their job, they lose everything. That is what I mean by specialized and irreplaceable. That is why CI coverage is very, very important for them. And why I put successful there is because when you are successful, especially you look at the pilots, right? And also the top surgeons and the lawyers, they're all very successful. But when you're successful, what comes along with that? Lifestyle, right? It comes along with a good lifestyle. It comes along with high commitments, right? Because you stay in a bigger house, you drive a bigger car, you drink a more expensive kopi o, right? Because you go to Starbucks, I go to the normal Chinese restaurant, right? So that is the difference. So they are very successful, and automatically their lifestyle increases. Automatically their commitment increases. That's why if anything were to happen to them in terms of critical illness, they will lose the ability to earn the money already because they are so specialized and they are so irreplaceable, right? That's why this is the second group of people that CI is so important to them, right? So if you are part of this group of people, start talking to your life planners, right? And the third group of people will be daily wage earners, right? Why daily wage earners why CI is important for them? Okay, there are also a few reasons why it is important. First thing is because they do their thing solo, right? Very similar to the professionals, right? Solo, they are needed for whatever they need to do, right? So if you look at the person that actually sells burger, right? Ramly burger, right? He is always the person that cooks. He's the one that collects the money. He's the one that takes the order. He's the one that cuts the bread. He's the one that cuts the bawang. He's the one that cuts the timun. He's the one that does everything, basically, right? Solo work. So all these are daily wage earners, because if he don't open his Ramly's burger stall one day, he will lose income for one day, right? This is what we call daily wage earners, right? The people who fishermen, right? Fishermen, if they don't go out to the sea one day, they will lose their ability to earn for that day, right? Vegetable sellers, vegetable farmers, or another very good example is hawker stall owners, right? If you are a char kway teow person and today you are sick, you cannot char kway teow for 10 days, you will lose 10 days worth of char kway teow income, correct? So that is what we are talking about. Unlike employees, right? If you are sick for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, you still get your pay at the end of the month, right? But daily wage earners do not have that benefit. They have to work every single day, and most of the time they do it themselves. So solo work, irregular income, right? Irregular income meaning if you don't work, you don't get the money, right? And also they are very self-reliant. Like I explained just now, the burger stall person, everything is by him. Of course, the farmers, they have horses and they have the cows to do certain things. But most of the time, they do most of the things, right? So these are the three main groups of people that actually CI is actually very, very important to them, right? Entrepreneurs, professionals, and also daily wage earners. So if you are an insurance agent listening to this, these are the people that you need to target. If you are not an insurance agent and you are actually part of these three categories, right, then it is a good time for you to speak to your life planners to see how we can plan something for you, right? So apart from these three, who else are actually which type of people actually needs CI very much? Okay, another group of people that I think need CI very much are singles, right? People who are single. Okay, I'm not talking about I'm 18 years old, of course I'm single. No, not that kind of single. I'm talking about people who are in their 40s and 50s and they are still single, right? I think CI is very, very, very important to them. Why is CI important to them? I don't have a slide for this. I'm just going to walk you through it, right? Why is CI important for people who are single? Right, when you are single, you have certain aspirations in life. That's why you are single, right? You most of the time you are successful because you have a good career, and there are some things that you need to think of, right? If anything were to happen to you, who is going to be the one taking care of you? I think that is a very, very big question that you need to ask yourself, right? First thing, who is going to be the one taking care of you? Second thing, who is going to be the one paying your debts? Who is going to be the one paying your house, your car, and all these kind of things, right? Unlike people who are married, they have maybe two sources of income, but for you, there's only one source of income, right? So you have to replace that income. You have to replace the income with a CI coverage, because some people tell me, "Hey, I don't need lah. If anything happen, I sell my car, I sell my house, I sell everything." Still, you still need somebody to take care of you. So the CI coverage, again, is a lump sum payment given to you, right? So you can do a lot of things with that. You can use that money, like I said, you can enjoy yourself, you can go for a holiday, you can seek alternative treatment, you can fly overseas to do your treatment, or you can hire a nurse to be 24/7 at home with you, right? Or hire a caretaker, right? So for people who are single, I think CI coverage is very, very important as well, right? Apart from the three group of people that I spoke about just now, the entrepreneurs, the professionals, and the daily wage earners, right? So who should buy CI? I think everybody should buy. Everybody that is healthy should buy. But if you fall into these three categories of people, entrepreneurs, professionals, or wage earners, or if you are single in your 40s or 50s, then I think is something that you should consider, right? You should consider, you should talk to your life planner and you should start planning for it, because CI coverage is a payout again, right? It's a payout to you. A lot of times we always use it as a income replacement, because when you're hit with CI, you will lose ability to perform your duties. You will lose ability to work. You will lose ability to earn an income, right? If you are a professional, right? Let's talk about pilots first, right? Pilots are a little bit more sensitive because they very easy lose already one their license, right? They don't have to even get CI, right? They lose one arm or one eye, they lose their ability to fly, right? So it is a very fragile career, which I think income replacement have to be in place, right? For surgeons, they make a lot of money, but their main thing is their hands, right? If it's shaky a little bit, they will lose ability to operate, right? Like people like footballers, like Cristiano Ronaldo and all these kind of people, right? They are only good at playing football. If they lose, let's just say their leg, right? They will lose the ability to make the money, right? So professionals is very important for you to have an income replacement plan in place, right? For entrepreneurs, like I explained just now, the structure of SMEs, the structure of all these new startups is always the founder is the one that is bringing in most of the business. The founder is the one that makes the decisions. The founder is the one that actually set up everything, right? Doing the networking and everything. So your life is actually very, very important. Your life is actually the main source of the company, right? That's why you need to have a CI plan to make sure there is a capital injection or there is a cash injection to your company if you are not fit to perform your duties as a founder, as the person who brings the sales, as the one who runs the company, right? You can use this money as a capital injection to the company to go and hire people or to go and target people that is as good as you to bring them in to replace you as the CEO or the sales director or whatever it is that you're talking about, right? So CI plan is the good thing about CI plan is flexible. Why is it flexible? Is because the money is paid out to you. When the money is paid out to you, it's up to you how you want to use the money. It's up to you how you want to structure this money, right? So that's how flexible it is, right? For entrepreneurs, you can use it as a capital injection. For professionals, you can use it as a income replacement. For daily wage earners, you can use it as a income replacement as well, right? For the singles out there, like I was mentioning just now, you can use this actually to clear off debts as well, to clear off all your debts, to make sure that you can hire a caretaker to be there with you, to take care of you, right? That's how flexible a CI plan is. Okay, so if you have any question, please do put it into the comment section, and I will try my best to answer those questions. Hi everybody. Yes, I can see a lot of you are commenting there, but there's no questions yet. Okay, so another reason why people should buy CI plan, or why should we buy CI plan, right? Who should buy CI plan is the topic today, but we want to also mention why. Okay, a lot of people, when we talk about critical illness, a lot of people focus on diagnosis, right? Well, you're diagnosed already, this and that, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, and all that kind of things. A lot of people also focus on treatment, right? Which hospital is the best, which doctor is the best, and everything, all these kind of things. But your diagnosis and treatment is actually taken care of by your medical card, right? So I want to just mention a little bit here. Maybe it can tweak your mind a little bit. CI plan, I would actually like to say that a CI plan is for you to focus on recovery rather than diagnosis and treatment, right? It is used mainly to focus on recovery, because if you look at, let me give you an example, right? You just look at famous people around the world, right? If you have a celebrity in mind, or if you have a favorite actor, favorite footballer, favorite actress, or whoever it is, just try to think about it. Most of the time, right, all these famous people, when they are diagnosed with a critical illness, right, they are still around one after many years, right? They are still there one. Whereas a normal human being, if diagnosed with the same CI, they might, touch wood, pass away sooner, maybe 2 years, 3 years, right? But normally all these rich and famous, they are always around one. Have you ever thought of the reason why? Why is it like this, right? Because it is, they have the money to focus on recovery. They don't have to work, right? They take 2 years off to focus on their health. They hire a dietitian to prepare food for them. You know, they hire a personal trainer to help them, you know, make their physical body stronger, right? To fight the disease or to fight the illness, right? They have personal doctors to come and see them and give them treatment in their house, right? So that is the reason why they are here a little bit more longer than us, right? Because their recovery is more complete. Their recovery their body is actually properly recovering. Their body is actually properly rested, right? A lot of I would say cancer patients, right? Even after they recover, the relapse is there one. The relapse will come because a lot of times we have no choice but to go back to work. You know, we cannot take 2 years off. We cannot take 3 years off. After 6 months of chemo, cancer subsiding, you know, we need to rush back to work already. Or even some of them are still working while doing chemo, right? So that is the reason why, all the more reason why we should have a CI coverage, so that when the payout is given to us, right, we don't have to worry about all these things. We are stress free. We don't have to worry that our house will be taken away. We don't have to worry that your car is going to be taken away. You don't have to worry that you know, who's going to pay the electric bills because you are not working. So you lose all this stress and you can 100% focus on your recovery. You don't have to rush back to work, right? You don't have to be worried that, oh, if I don't go back to work after 2 months, my boss is going to sack me. They're going to hire somebody to replace me. And then after that, I got no job and all that kind of things. You don't have to do that. You can 100% focus on your recovery, right? That is why we need a CI plan, because recovery is the most important thing when it comes to critical illness. It's the most important thing. Okay, so recovery, you know, like the lump sum is given to you, right? So you can use this money to really focus on your recovery, not to stress about the bills, not to stress about rushing back to work, right? And currently AIA is what we have, something called the personal medical case management, where we if one of our policy holders is diagnosed with any one of the CI, we will actually be with them the whole journey, right? From diagnosis all the way to recovery, giving them the best support and input from specialists around the world, right? That it specializes in the condition that he or she has, right? Only for AIA policy holders, right? So the recovery is one of the main things that we all should focus on, right? So that we won't have to you know, go through a relapse, or we won't have to rush back to work. So a CI plan is designed for that. A CI plan is actually designed for you to replace your income so that you'll be focusing on your recovery, not for your treatment, right? Your treatment is supposed to be taken care of by your medical card. So if you don't have a medical card, go get a medical card first, right? If your budget doesn't permit you to get everything, right? Go get a medical card first, then only talk about CI, right? So I think there's a question here: how to decide how much CI we need to have as coverage? Okay, everybody has different lifestyle. Everybody have different ways of spending or earning, right? So I would say that the rule of thumb, okay, the rule of thumb is always 3 to 5 years of your annual income, right? If you can, better 5 years. If not, then start off with 3 years first. So if you make 10,000 a month, means you make 120,000 a year, right? So a good starting point would be to at least have 360,000, which is 3 years of your annual income, right? If you can, then you go higher, right? You go higher to 500, 600,000, right? So that is the rule of thumb. Of course, you speak to your life planner, speak to the people that actually brought you, invited you to this talk, right? Speak to them. They will do a proper planning for you, because there are also other factors that we look into when we plan for a CI plan as well, right? But just to get the idea of it, 3 to 5 years is quite fantastic, right? 3 to 5 years is quite okay, right? So if you actually have 5 years of annual income, imagine you can not worry about work for 5 years at least. You cannot worry about no income for 5 years, right? Your lifestyle still remains, right? The things that you have are still being paid for, right? Some people say, if I cannot cancel, I don't need my car, I can sell my car. But have you thought about who is going to send you to the hospital for your chemo? Are you going to take a Grab every single time, right? If you are still well lah, if you still can drive lah, right? If you cannot drive, then no choice lah. You can maybe hire a driver, because you have the payout from the CI plan. You can actually hire a driver. You can actually hire a part-time driver to stand by every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for example, to go to the hospital for your dialysis or for your chemo, right? So that is how flexible a CI plan is. That's how flexible you can plan for how you want to use your CI payout, right? So different people will have different needs. Different people will want to plan things differently, right? It's not only about if I'm sick already, then I don't need my car, I don't need this, I don't need that. As much as your family members love you, they still have to work, right? They will not be 24/7 available to send you to the hospital, right? As much as they want to, right? Because they still need to keep their job, right? So let's not burden people when we can take control of our own life. That is what CI is. That is what a CI coverage is, right? If you can take control of your own life and make your own preparations, why do you want to burden people? Why do you want to burden your loved ones around you? Okay, so this is what a CI coverage is for, right? And also, I hope you all understand what I'm trying to say today. If you all have any questions, please put it into the comment section, and I will try my best to answer, right? If not, then I will move on to the last part of my presentation, or the last part of my talk, right? I think during this pandemic, it actually taught us a lot of things, right? It actually taught us that we have to start planning. It is very similar to having a CI, right? Currently, because a lot of us are worried. A lot of us are worried about our income. A lot of us are worried about our job. A lot of us are forced into early retirement, right? So if you are diagnosed with CI, apart from the disease, apart from the sickness itself, financially, it is almost the same as a pandemic, right? You'll be worried about a lot of things. All right. So what has this pandemic taught us? This pandemic has taught us that, it is you are forced into early retirement. Some of us lost our job. Some people out there lost your job. So this is what it is like when you get a CI, when you are diagnosed with CI, right? You will also get pay cuts, because if you are diagnosed with CI, you are not able to perform. No matter how much your boss loves you, no matter how much your boss wants to keep you, sometimes they might not be able to. Or if they even manage to keep you in the company, even though you are not performing, you will still get a pay cut, because they will not give you your full salary for you not doing anything, right? So this pandemic also made us worry about health. What's going to happen to us? Am I going to kena COVID tomorrow? Or am I at risk? Or who did I meet? And this kind of things. So this is exactly what a CI patient go through as well, right? Every day they wake up and they will think about their health, right? You will definitely spend less during this pandemic, right? You will start to save more money. So when you are diagnosed with CI, right? If you have 3 to 5 years of income replacement as your CI coverage, it's actually more than 3 to 5 years, because your expenditures will be lowered down, right? Of course, your fixed commitments cannot, no choice. Your car, your house, all cannot, right? You cannot tell the bank, I CI already, I just pay half of what I used to pay. You can't do that. That one stays the same. But all your other expenses will actually reduce, right? You don't go out so often. You don't need to go, you can't go to the cinema and all that kind of things, right? So you will be able to focus on your recovery, and you will be able to have more money to plan for your health, right? To maybe buy more supplements and all those things, right? You'll be more careful about expenditure that time. When you have that payout, you'll be able to plan. Okay. And also another thing is mental health issues are also a big thing in Malaysia currently. It is a lot of people start talking about it, right? In overseas is really something that people pay attention to. And I'm glad that Malaysia is in Asia, not just Malaysia. People are starting to look at it as a form of people are paying more close attention to it. Let's put it this way, right? So mental health issue is also one thing, right? If you don't have a CI coverage, right, you are everyday stress and this and that, you will tend to be more negative, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen next, right? You tend to be more negative. And if you are negative, your body deteriorates, right? And when your body deteriorates, the illness becomes stronger, right? So that is the thing, right? So CI coverage is not just about money. Is the whole total planning of the CI coverage that gives you an advantage, or gives you a chance to fight the disease, because your mental is stronger. You are more carefree. You don't have to worry about expenses. You don't have to worry about your job. You don't have to go back to work. So that is what a CI coverage can do for you, right? It's not only just about the money being paid out. It is also all the other things that come together with it, right? So I hope this session actually explain a little bit more about who should buy CI. So again, if you fall under that three categories, can you all still remember what are the three categories? If yes, can you all type in the comment section, so at least I know you guys are listening, right? So if you all still remember what the three things are, please type in the comment section, so that I know that you guys are listening. If not, then I can also show it to you, right? The three main categories will be entrepreneurs, professionals, and daily wage earners. And the most important thing that we should focus on when we are diagnosed is recovery. And the only way we can focus on recovery is when we have a proper CI coverage planned out, right? Because that's the only way we can not worry about our income, not worry about work, not worry about losing our job, not worry about all these kind of things, and just focus on resting and making your body strong again to fight the disease, right? So this is the most important thing, right? If you are not under these three categories, you also need a CI, right? Because, unless you tell me you have a lot of money already, then don't need, right? But if not, if your job depends on you, your family depends on you, then let's start planning on how we want to make sure your income is properly protected if something were to happen to you. All right. So I hope everybody understands my session today. I'm not gonna take a very long time today, right? It's 45 minutes already. So fast, I've actually talked for 45 minutes, right? Next week, again, I want to remind everybody that next week we are going to speak with a cancer survivor, right? It's just she just wants to share her experience, and so that everybody knows, right? And know that it is a real thing. It is not something to I won't kenal one. It's not about that, right? It's about how we want to prepare for it. I always believe that if you are able to prepare for something, why leave it to chance? Why leave it to burden other people, right? There's a lot of things in life that actually can be prepared for, right? Some people said that CI is not important. Actually, everybody has their own views, right? But if you can have other ways to replace your income, 3 to 5 years at just a fraction of premium, which is 10%. If you can solve that problem with just 10%, that in using other ways, then by all means go ahead. But if you can't, then I think insurance is the best solution for you, the cheapest and easiest solution for everybody, right? So who should buy CI? Every single one of you should buy CI, especially if you are young, right? Start planning when you're young is much cheaper. But if you fall into these three categories, the urgency is actually higher, right? Because everything depends on you. You are irreplaceable. You are very specialized in what you do, and your business needs you, right? So if you're in these three categories, speak to your life planner straight away. Speak to the people that brought you here right away, right? If not, then you can always email us at coffeetalk.kingdomgroupmy@gmail.com. I'm going to flash the email address at the bottom of the screen. Okay, I'm going to flash the email address. If you all can see, if you have any more questions or you want to know more about your own coverage, or you want to know more about us, please email us at coffeetalk.kingdomgroupmy@gmail.com, right? So I'm not going to take much of your time. My name is Edmund Chow. Please come back next week. We are going to talk to a cancer survivor. Coffee Talk is available every single Wednesday, 8:30 to 9:30. Right here on Kingdom Group MY Facebook page. So please do like our videos. Please do share our videos. And you can look back at our previous Coffee Talks. It's all available on Facebook. You can watch our videos again, see which topic actually is interesting to you, right? So once again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here for Kingdom Coffee Talk on this beautiful Wednesday. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much.
Number of illnesses and diseases. When you or a loved one is diagnosed with a serious illness, medical bills can be a heavy burden. And when long-term recovery is required, your income may also be affected. Fortunately, you can be protected through AIA's critical care plans. AIA's A+ Critical Care provides you with coverage from the 39 most common critical illnesses, all the way up to 100 years old, depending on the plan you select. The sum assured for our plans automatically increases over the policy years, helping you cope with rising medical expenses. A+ Critical Care provides an anniversary bonus, which increases your sum assured by 1% annually from the 2nd to the 20th year of the policy. In addition, we also have another 2 critical care plans that come with enhanced benefits: A+ Early Critical Care and A+ Multi-Critical Care. A+ Early Critical Care is designed to financially support you in the early stages of a critical illness, because we understand that early treatment is critical to recovery. It also provides an additional sum assured worth 20% of the sum assured for diabetic-related diseases. A+ Multi-Critical Care allows you multiple critical illness claims throughout your life. This relieves the worry of losing protection after a critical illness claim. Critical illness is very real and can be very expensive. The right time to plan for the unexpected is when you are healthy. Protect your health, your income, and your family with AIA's critical care plans. Brought to you by AIA. We also have Sharia solutions called A+ Critical Care I, A+ Early Critical Care I, and A+ Multi-Critical Care I from our sister company AIA Public Takaful Bahad.